Noise. Yeah. Ooh. Today is my off day. I don't wanna go in, don't call me. Don't hit my line, ain't gotta cook today. I ain't gotta wait in line for coffee. Man, I'm about to chill, I'm about to play the game. I might just Uber eat the hot wing. I might Uber eat me the hot wing. Gotta get a happy meal for today. But I'm cool and I ain't gotta go into work. I'm so tired of having a sweet day. I'm so tired of having to cook dessert. I'm so damn tired of when my back hurt. Man, I'm so damn happy in my off day.
Yo, stay splendid, stay splendid. It's your boy Splendid Gaming EGW back today with another episode of Let's Talk Boruto. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not get my chapter 76 review up, so I'm tying chapter 76 into chapter 77. You dig? So let's get into it without further ado. Brief synopsis of chapter 76. Pretty much, we got to see a motto. Motto's pretty much giving out fake tears, saying that, you know, he just wants to bring back his daughter, and Kawaki's just really curious to whether if, you know, him trying to revive his daughter is going to bring his daughter back as another Osusuki or whatever. So, they're chilling in the house, Kawaki, Damon, and Ada, and Boruto, and that's when Kawaki puts two and two together that, you know, their whole plan was to sacrifice Boruto to Cold because she wanted to get next to Kawaki. So as they're bickering amongst themselves about, you know, who should be more upset, you know, Ada decides, hey, I need more girls in this house. So she pretty much summons Sumire and Sarada. Shikadai comes as well. However, Shikadai is immediately proved to be, you know, no use because he falls under her trance as soon as they open the door. So Sarada and Sumire, they're in there talking to Ada about, you know, Kawaki and their feelings or whatever, and that's when Sumire realizes that her and Sarada are both unaffected by Ada's love trance or whatever. So they end up telling Shikamaru, and Shikamaru pretty much tells them, hey, don't let nobody else in. Let nobody else know that you guys are unaffected because, you know, if the time presents itself, you and Sumire are going to have to be the ones to take down Ada since y'all are unaffected. So we get a little fast forward, and, you know, Boruto and Damon, they're playing the game together or whatnot. You know, they're just like chilling, you know. And then Momoshiki finally manifests before Boruto again, and that's when he tells him he knows the identity of the love charm. And as Boruto is pretty much asking him, like, hey, like, what do you know? What do you know? Momoshiki gets quiet and doesn't say anything else. And then that's when Kawaki starts to notice. He's like, that look on your face. Who are you talking to? Boruto's like what? I don't know what you're talking about. And so then that's when Kawaki stands over Boruto and he's like, yo, like, quit sulking around and come out, Momoshiki. So that was the end of chapter 76. We get into 77 and Kawaki's still standing over Boruto like, yo, like, Momoshiki, what's up with it? He grabs Boruto by his shirt, and that's what makes Sumire and Sarada come out the room. And, you know, Sarada's like, hey, like, calm down, like, we're in the middle of a mission. And then we get, you know, one of the famous flashbacks by your boy Kishimoto. But Sumire gets a flashback to when Kawaki was like, oh, so you're not going to condemn me from killing Boruto or whatever. And pretty much, like, Kawaki says, you know, stay out of this. Osusuki don't care whether we're in the middle of something or not. And Damon's like, ha, that's for sure. Because, you know, Kawaki is now in Osusuki now. Obviously, he doesn't care about what's going on. So, you know, Shikamaru tells, you know, Kawaki to stand down. And he's like, bro, like, don't you remember, like, how Lord Seventh looked when you killed Boruto the first time? Like, did you forget that? Like, just chill, like, calm down and think about your next move, you know? So Kawaki finally lets Boruto go, and he starts walking away and pretty much says he has a minor errand, just leave him alone. Boruto is on, like, total, like, on his job this chapter, because, like, just before in chapter 75 they're like, oh, Boruto, you're too relaxed. Now, like, Boruto's like, hey, like, we're on a mission, remember? Like, no personal business. But Kawaki's just, like, you know, walking up the stairs, and at the same time Shikamaru's like, hey, yo, sensor unit, start tracking Kawaki. and they're like, hey, my apologies, but we can't detect him. I think he erased his chakra. So then Boruto gets up to the roof to see where he's at, doesn't see him. And so then, Mitsuki and Konohamaru are on the other roof. And, they're like, hey, Mitsuki, did you see Kawaki leave? Which way did he go? And he's like, nah, I didn't see him. So Boruto puts two and two together and is like, dang, he used Sukuna Hakona to shrink himself down. In comes Damon and Ada to the roof. He's like, no wandering around on your own. And she's like, stop being such a stickler. It's not attractive. So pretty much Boruto and Shikamaru are talking through the mind telepathy. And pretty much Shikamaru's asking Boruto can he track Kawaki's chakra. And Boruto's pretty much saying he can sense him, he can tell that he's around, but he can't pinpoint his exact location. And then we get Mitsuki in another shot, actually, which I think is very key. He says, Ada's left. And Konohamaru's like, hey, don't look, Mitsuki, you'll be seduced again. And when you see Mitsuki kind of like squinting his eyes or whatever, going back to my theory that Mitsuki's no longer affected by that stuff no more. So, pretty much Boruto's like, man, what is Kawaki thinking abandoning such an important mission? Ada's like, man, what's the big deal? He's not a kid. Matter of fact, girls, let's go. And Boruto's like, hey, y'all just can't be going wherever y'all want to. Like, y'all gotta stay here. And pretty much Ada's like, no thanks. Or rather, could you not order me around? And she pretty much told Boruto, I don't care to butt heads, but if you try to block me from doing what I won't play nice with you. And so he pretty much tells Shikamaru, like, you hear that? Orders. Shikamaru pretty much tells him, like, yeah, it can't be helped, just don't take your eyes off her, that's your assignment. Have Sarada and Sumiri go with you, and we'll pursue Kawaki on our end. So we get a flash to the Ten Tails dimension. Bug is over here drinking his whole life away, and he's looking at these Zetsu Gorgons. We actually get a name for these monsters this chapter, and they're called the Claw Grind. Pretty much, these monsters are the gook that are underneath your nails. That's the name for these guys, Claw Grind. So pretty much, Bug asks him like, hey, like, how many of these do you got? He's like, well, let's see, like, over 1,000 at this point, including the ones that I'm storing away. And then Code also says, I'd love to launch an attack on Konoha with them, but Ada's there, so sadly there's no element of surprise. So now we get back and we see Ada has a Senrigan on, and she's telling Shikamaru that, Code has 1,000 monsters and that they're called Claw Grind, and the numbers are still growing. So Shikamaru asks, like, how strong are they? And she pretty much tells him, like, they're pieces of the Ten Tails. I don't think they'd be weak. Code feels that Kawaki stole everything from him, including Ishiki and me. So he's planning to destroy everything Kawaki values and loves. Such an unjustified grudge, total turnoff. And Konoha is one of those things. And as Shikamaru's waiting for an answer back, somebody in the store starts screaming, saying that, oh my gosh, it looks so good, I can't decide. And they're telling her that, all the clothes look good on Ada. Pretty much Shikamaru starts blushing. He's like, hey, like, don't cry out suddenly like that. We'll cover all your expenses, so just stay focused on the conversation or whatever. So Damon and Boruto are like, watching the girls shop. And Boruto's just like, man, he wish they'd hurry up. This is like a girls trip. He doesn't even want to be here. Damon's like, no wonder you ain't popular. He's like, man, you're weak, so you had no redeeming qualities. And Damon also says, everyone who they met at the station was small fries. Like, are there any decent fighters in this village? And Boruto's like, don't mock us. Just wait till you meet my dad and Master Sasuke. Then we get this shot of Damon with his eyes widening, and it has the flick noise. He immediately jumps off of Boruto, runs out the building, runs around the corner just to see Himawari looking behind her. And she's like, huh? And then he rushes up on, Himawari, puts his hand on her shoulders like, you, who are you? And she's like, what? Boruto finally catches up and he's like, Himawari. And she's like, big bro. He's like, hey, let go of her. And he's like, wait, so you're Boruto's little sister? Boruto is apologizing to Himawari, like, I'm sorry, like, what are you doing, out shopping? She's like, of course. I'm getting bread and black tea, the one that mom's likes. And she asks Boruto on the mission. He's like, yeah, despite how it looks, Damon, let's go. Damon gets this really serious look in his face and is like, nah, let me try to go pull up on her one more time. So he rushes up on her and attempts to throw a punch. But Himawari, she's just frightened. She doesn't try to block. She doesn't try to dodge. Nothing. She's just grabbing onto her groceries. And Damon realizes that she's not trying to defend or block. And he's just like, wow. So Boruto's like, bro, what the heck? And Damon's just like, why didn't you dodge it? It should be easy for the likes of you. And Himawari's like, what are you talking about? And Boruto's like, bro, what's wrong with you? My sister's not a shinobi. She doesn't even know how to fight. He's like, for real? He's like, okay, well, I guess she does seem weak from up close. But then, what was that intensity I felt from her? And Boruto says, she does get pretty scary when she's mad. So you shouldn't mess with her. And he's like, wait a minute, don't tell me you think Himawari's. He's like, no way, I'll never approve. So pretty much Boruto's thinking that Damon has a crush on his little sister. So then we get back to the Hokage estate, and we get to see that there are guards around the Hokage's house, And, Naruto and Hinata are talking about dinner, and, how they wish that Boruto and Kawaki were there to enjoy dinner, and that it's actually the real Naruto and not a shadow clone, which it should have been, because as they're talking about, their children, Kawaki just pops in looking like a freaking serial killer, just chilling, hands in his pocket, caught them all off guard, and he's like, sorry to be a pain, and they're like, what? My boy said, hey man, your security people, your lookouts, they incompetent. They over here solely relying on chakra, and they ain't even detect that I was up in here. But Naruto, take a seat, I want to have a talk with you. Whole time, Kawaki got his hands in his pocket looking like a freaking menace, bro. So, boom. Kawaki's like, hey, Hokage, I just want to let you know, even though this sounds like a broken record, I'm truly grateful to you. You changed me from a bastard who was just a vessel. I was a walking corpse with no reason to live, and you breathed life into me. You enabled me to do so by awakening this version of me that I didn't know exist. I would do anything to protect you, even die without hesitation, with this very sinister look in his eye. He says, my world revolves around you to an extent that even surprises me. But this world we live in is full of crap, and generally, good people like you are those who die first. So as long as gigantic pieces of crap like the Asusuki are running amok, and then Naruto is just like, well, it's the job of the ninjas to dispose of those bastards, right? And Kawaki says, no, ninja are simply those who die earlier. That's the extent of it. And Naruto's like, I don't get what you're saying. Kawaki says, I only know now that I've gained their powers that what's coming of taking on the Asusuki. Whether a ninja or not, you have no choice to accept to be killed. I don't want you to die, so I've decided to destroy the Asusuki, every last one, using their powers to root them out. Naruto's like, every last one? He said, I came here to follow proper procedure because I shouldn't do this without telling you. And Hinata comes around. She's like, wait, Kawaki, what are you saying? And he kind of gives her this strange ass side eye. Then he continues with the strange side eye and says, do you know what my first thought was when I found out Boruto was alive? That I had failed to take him down. And Hinata immediately starts tearing up, Kawaki says, I even felt the sort of guilt over having messed up. It actually surprised me. But this time I swear. And as soon as he said swear, Hinata came across like Will Smith. Keep my son's name out your stinking mouth. You dig? Slapped the mess out of Kawaki. I mean, she almost slapped him out the chair. I ain't no cat looking at the picture. But she say, hey, you're insane. No decent human being would be talking like that. And Kawaki said, it sure might seem like that to you. Then again, you're right. Only a crazy person could kill their brother. And he says this while clenching his teeth and looking all sinister. You know what I'm saying? Hinata's still crying. Naruto's looking like, man, this kid has totally lost his marbles. He says, don't misunderstand. I'm totally calm and I'm thinking straight. Hinata tells him to stop, please. He says, I've already reached the conclusion that there's no other way. And because you guys won't ever be able to carry it out, I'll do it. Even if it means you'll hate me to death for it. And Naruto says, I won't let you, so you'll end up killing me before you get to Boruto. Can you still do it? And we get one last panel of Kawaki looking at Naruto's side eye with one eye. And then when we get to see Kawaki's full face, his other dojutsu eye is totally activated. And he says, I ain't asking you to understand. And as he says, I ain't asking you to understand, he wraps a portal around Naruto and Hinata. We get to see like 5 triangles inside of Kawaki's eyes as Naruto's trying to escape the portal. We see the plate fall off the table. We see the family portrait fall. And Kawaki says, once it's all done, you're welcome to come kill me. So just wait until then, Lord 7th. What is the rundown for this chapter? Ladies and gentlemen, I always said Kawaki couldn't be trusted, and now we have gotten to the moment to show us that Kawaki can't be trusted. I'm predicting after this chapter, bruh. I mean, I've been on the train that the time skip is coming in February. However, after reading this chapter, it's not coming until March. It's not coming until March. Because whatever happens with the fight between these guys, you know, the time skip's not coming until March or maybe even April, you know. I was totally on the fence of like February, and I was totally convinced. Bro, the second they find out that Naruto is not in the house, that's when all the mayhem is going to start. And that's why it's going to look like it's ninjas running everywhere. You know what I'm saying? From the flash forward scene of the future that Boruto had. That's why I looked at that angle. Because they were everybody in the village is now trying to find Kawaki because Naruto just went missing. Similar to how it was with Jigen. Now, it's kind of strange that, Kawaki was the one there when Jigen sent Naruto away. And how sad and how, emotional he reacted to it just for him to go back to Naruto's house and do the same thing. It's almost as if Kawaki forgot everything that the village went through to go find the Hokage, and now that he's going to be that person, This also sets up room for Amado to finally activate that kill switch and possibly become the new Hokage. I don't want Amado nowhere close to the Hokage seat, office, anything of that nature. That guy is still a suspect, number 1 suspect at that. So I don't trust him at all. Bro, I don't even know who's the next Hokage is gonna be. I mean, it could be Sakura Uchiha. It could be Kakashi Hatake all over again. Shoot, it could be Grandma Tsunade. You know what I'm saying? But at this point in the game, I don't know who's the next Hokage gonna be because now Naruto has been taken from the village. I mean, Naruto hasn't been shown to open portals or anything, but I mean, maybe they got some ass pull sage mode that he can use while he's locked away. We probably won't even see what dimension Naruto's in until they're finally about to go save him. You know what I'm saying? Then we have the possible ship between Damon and Himawari. I totally don't want Damon and Himawari to get together or be friends. However, him saying that he felt some intensity from Himawari, that could indicate that because, she is the daughter of the descendant of Hamura and the descendant of Hagoromo. So Himawari, just like Boruto, could also have some latent Otsutsuki powers laid in her body that can be used to save the day at another different time. There's also a possibility that Kawaki might even notice this in Himawari himself and might even try to take out Himawari. However, I mean, his main goal now is to try to kill Boruto. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like how Kawaki has come to the conclusion that, hey, Boruto has to die because Boruto is a Otsutsuki, when the whole time he's a Otsutsuki. I mean, if he hates the Otsutsuki that much or whatever, he should just off himself. I mean, I'm not an advocate for, self-harm and stuff like that. But it's like, if you hate the Asusuki that much and you are now 100% Asusuki as well, why wouldn't you start with you so you wouldn't have to deal with them no more? You did. Kawaki is Sasuke in a more messed up, twisted mind. And I mean, Sasuke had every reason to want revenge when you really think about it, like his brother killed his whole clan. Then he goes to find out that his brother was ordered by the Hokages and the higher ups of the clan of the village to kill his clan. Yeah, Sasuke his revenge was every bit justified. Kawaki, on the other hand, his is not. He's blaming everything on the Asusuki when whole time he should be blaming everything on Amato. Yes, you can blame the Asusuki because they are the ones who created karma. But then there's Amato, who one helped Jigen put the first karma on you, and then he put the second karma on you without your knowledge. The only reason, and you were grateful for the karma because you were able to protect the Hokage with it, but now you go and use the same karma that you used to protect the Hokage to send the Hokage to a different dimension. Kawaki's logic is not logical. You dig what I'm saying? His logic is not logical. Like, yes, I believe Kawaki is definitely a smart guy, but he's too super emotional, bro. He's too emotional. He's like really a blank canvas, you know what I'm saying? And the only thing we can do now is like literally rely on Amato. Ada knows that there's a shut off switch in Kawaki, but Shikamaru and them don't know that yet. So either Ada's going to relay the information to Shikamaru that, oh yeah, Amato has a shutdown switch inside of Kawaki and he needs to shut him off right now. But Ada probably won't want Kawaki shut off because this whole time as Kawaki's running off to go do his own thing, she's like, bro, he's not a kid, just let him do his thing. She's like the crazy toxic girlfriend that wants to see her man do craziness and, just not even bat an eye. She's even stated in this chapter that she don't mind going toe to toe with Boruto if it comes to it. So when Boruto and Kawaki are fighting, I'm pretty sure Ada's gonna be on Kawaki's side trying to make sure that he can fully seal the deal and off Boruto. We still don't know Ada's full reason for wanting to be with Kawaki. Seeing that he could just get rid of the person that he said he loves the most in a fashion that he just did, I don't know, bro. I can't get behind this Kawaki train at all, bro. Kawaki must die. That's my story. That's the name of the story now. Kawaki must die. It went from being Boruto to Kawaki must die. I don't like this junk at all. So now where everything is being set up. So we have Sumire and Sarada following with Boruto and Ada. So there's that fight right there between the girls. Then, you also have Damon that's also going to be in that fight as well because he's not going to want anybody to try to harm his sister. So we have Boruto, Sarada, and Sumire versus Damon and Ada and Kawaki. A 3-on-3 that is very looking not in the direction of our heroes. You know what I'm saying? We got Naruto no longer in the village, and Sasuke, boom. Sasuke said like chapters ago that his resolve was going to be the one that was tested next. There's also a possibility that Sasuke is going to fight Kawaki and Boruto at the same time. There's going to be an instance where Sasuke and Kawaki are fighting, and Boruto is going to try to like stop the fight, and Sasuke is just going to crank that Amaterasu, and he's going to let both of them burn. And that's what's going to cause Momoshiki to finally come through and be like, "Ha, I took over your body. Let's go." Because Sasuke is not going to take too kind to this junk either. Sasuke has already said he's going to have to be the one who's going to have to take out Boruto. Here it is. It's Kawaki who's constantly saying, I have to be the one to do this. I have to be the one to do this. No one else can do it. Like, we don't have Sasuke Uchiha, the one-armed bandit in the freaking village. You know what I'm saying? He with the red eyes that glows in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Kawaki needs to chill, bro. I'm not feeling this at all. There's also the possibility that, what else can we say? With the claw grimes, bro. I mean, granted, nobody knows about him yet, except for, Shikamaru and Ada. But Code could plan his attack and, have them go running amok as Boruto and Kawaki are fighting. And in turn, that's what could take Sasuke off of his pivot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling this, bro. Kawaki must die, bro. The name of the story after chapter 80 is now Kawaki must die. We're not calling it Naruto Boruto Next Generation. It's called Kawaki must die. I don't like this guy. His reasoning for doing what he is doing is not justified, is not valid. This kid is tripping on a whole nother level, I still don't trust the motto, but at this point in the game, we need a motto to hit this shutdown switch inside of Kawaki. However, the villagers, they don't know that Amato has the shutdown switch. As well, there could be the possibility that the second when he's trying to activate the shutdown switch, Kawaki could just get rid of Amato. Like, yo, just go join your daughter, bro. Get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kawaki's proving to be that irrational at this point, that as long as it's not pertaining to his ideals, you are a threat, and we don't know if Amato is Natsuki or if he's just what do you call it, like a barrier to bring Natsuki's or whatever. But at this point in the game, Kawaki said, hey, I'm getting rid of all the Natsuki's. Amato, you trying to bring your daughter back via Natsuki methods? Like, bro, you got to go too, I mean, Kawaki is proving that he will turn on any and everybody. Like, this is worse than Sasuke. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is worse than Sasuke. Sasuke left the village to go get power. He ain't come back and beat up Team 11 or the Konoha 11. You know what I'm saying? He ain't come back and just like, hey, there go Kiba and Akamaru, Chidori. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, Kawaki, he seems like if the Inashika trio, the new one that they try to pull up, Kawaki might try to ice them. He might truly try to ice them. And that's not good. It's not good to have such a wild hothead like this at all. The mission that Shikamaru thought he was doing to keep everybody contained in that house, this mission is turning out to be a failure. I mean, yeah, even though they're still, keeping their eyes on Ada and doing what they're supposed to do in that regard, the fact that Kawaki has now left the house without nobody knowing, and he's managed to seal the Hokage away, this mission is a failure in the greatest sense. Once again, we must say a prayer for our Lord Hokage, the great Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki. It's just a few years ago they put my boy inside a cookie jar. Now my boy has been sent into a different dimension by his crazy behind foster son. Like, this is like that Macaulay Culkin movie. Yeah, that Macaulay Culkin movie on like steroids at this point, because like, what the hell, bro? All this so Kawaki can try to kill Boruto. This is absurd. This is an absurdity. I'll never forgive Kawaki for this. I don't care how much talk no jutsu and backstory we get on this guy. I'll never forgive Kawaki for this, bro. Say your prayers for Lord Hokage, Lady Hinata. Also say a prayer for Lady Himawari, because apparently she has dormant powers. If they find out she's a Suzuki related too, she might go bye-bye as well. Boruto, I need you to go get Sasuke's sword and cut Kawaki's head off, bruh. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it, bruh. Because I don't trust Kawaki not one bit anymore, bruh. I don't feel sorry for his character. If somebody was to like just chop his arm off right now, I'd be totally happy with it. If he was never able to protect Lord 7th anymore, I would be totally happy with that, because we don't need Kawaki around the Hokage no more. Kawaki must die. This was a 10 out of 10 chapter. So glad we got it a day early, you know what I'm saying? Sorry I couldn't get that chapter 76 review to y'all in a timely manner like I wanted to, but this chapter 77, it just takes the cake for everything. Sarada must save the day in her way by defeating Ada. Boruto's got to find a way to stay alive, and Sasuke is finna pull up, and Sasuke's about to wreck everybody. That's what happens when you test the Uchiha's resolve, you feel me? But this is all I got for this episode of Let's Talk Boruto. It's your boy Splendid Gaming EGW. I'll be back with more, you dig? Don't forget to check out the other playlists on the channel, and I'll be back with more. Bye. Finna revive my teammate. We finna go get us a dub. Let's go.